is IOTA the smart coin that I've renamed it, right? Why is it the smart coin? Make sure you stick around because in this video, I'm going to get into why this has the potential to be one of the biggest projects of this decade alongside Polkadot. And also, we're going to map out some new target areas and walk you through that step by step. And guys, as always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, everything you see in this video is not financial advice, so please make sure you do your own research. Now, with that being said, who doesn't love IOTA? Number one, it has zero transaction fees, which is absolutely phenomenal. And not only that, it's super fast transactions. Have you ever tried to make a transaction on Bitcoin and thought to yourself, wow, is this really the future of finance, right? Is this really the future? Look how long it's taken for me to send a payment, receive a payment, etc. This doesn't have that issue. There's no miners involved. And the reason why is because this is the only cryptocurrency that doesn't actually use blockchain technology. This uses something called Tangle and is essentially a directed acyclic graph, right? And this is what allows us to get rid of the miners, get rid of the fees, and do super fast transactions, because essentially for each transaction you make, you're verifying two previous transactions behind you. This is absolutely revolutionary. This coin is actually ahead of its time when we think about it in that perspective, right? It gets rid of all of that. And not only that, the Tangle allows this project to scale, right? And as this space becomes more cluttered, a lot more people join the network, we're going to need that scalability. And where do you think people are going to go for that? IOTA. It's a common sense. If you're in this project, you are an early adopter of this technology, and you should definitely be proud of yourself. Not only that, we have to remember as well that this is actually quantum computing proof. This is phenomenal. This is one of the only cryptocurrencies that allows machines to trade with one another. Does this not sound like the future of finance to you? It does to me. Now, in terms of the actual overall fundamentals, watch our previous videos. I get into that in a bit more detail, and I'm going to do another video just breaking down a bit more of these fundamentals in a bit more detail. But number one, why is it a smart coin? I'm just going to summarize on that before we move on to next target areas. Is number one, again, quantum computing proof. Number two, zero transaction fees and fast transactions. Number three, uses Tangle instead of blockchain technology, which is what removes all of this fees and miners, etc. And number four is and remember this, guys, it's the only cryptocurrency to not use the blockchain technologies, or out of the thousands that we have, the one that's really standing out at the moment is IOTA. And I feel like it's very important to hammer down on that point, because we're already using technologies like, for example, this is essentially making Bitcoin and Ethereum seem like dinosaur technology. How absurd is that? The crypto space is new, and this coin is already, making other coins, blockchains, seem like dinosaurs. The most scalable project to date, alongside Polkadot, which I'll get into in another video. But anyway, let's get into it. So now that we've talked about why this is a smart coin, let's just look at our current price. Now, obviously, guys, we saw, and again, if you've seen this video already, the previous video, you would have seen me explain why this pullback happened, right? A sell-off happened across the cryptocurrency market across the board. Why? Because there was a lot of profit taking going on, and essentially this is what caused a lot of people to leave the market, which is why the market basically almost tanked 90%. And as you can see, if you were a strong believer in this project, this is good news, because if you missed out on buying, let's say earlier on, you have your second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth opportunity to getting super cheap. This is a dream come true to believers in this project. And as you can see, guys, we're now taking off back up to the upside. Now our first target has been hit. We mapped out this $1.30 target, which has been basically smashed with flying colors. Our next target is $2.30. Now once we get along around this area here, I think we're going to pick up a lot more steam and we'll start to pull into the $3-4 area. Now what we're waiting for in order for this to potentially hit over $10 per coin is we're keeping a close eye on the money that flows into the cryptocurrency market. The more money that floods into the market is the more we're going to see price inflate and inflate over time, which is obviously good news for us investors. Now, not only that, you have to remember that if what we're going to start to see is almost like a split in the space, we're going to see coins that have no value just completely vanish, essentially go to zero, and then we're going to see money be allocated more with a lot more savvy, right? We're going to get a lot more, smart investors, as I like to call them, actually pour money into projects that work. So for example, when the whole market crashed last time, we may not see every coin crash. We might see only a few coins crash, and the coins that are here to stay will actually take advantage of that sell-off, and the money will basically be reallocated to the projects of the future. And again, guys, this has the potential to be one of the biggest coins that we've ever seen in the cryptocurrency space, at least in our lifetime, because this is ahead of its time. The question is, when will this be widely adopted? Because we're still fairly new. The market cap is still below $4 billion. So can you imagine when more money is poured into this project? Will we see 100 million in this particular project? I definitely do see that in the future. Not saying it's going to happen overnight, but it makes perfectly sense for smart money to be poured in to projects that work. And as always, guys, this is now called the smart coin. So whenever you see that title on our channel, just know we're talking about IOTA. IOTA, the smart coin. Now, with that being said, guys, remember, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, seize the day.